some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between our visitors and these guys defending their home turf. Leading the visiting sideline, as always, their head coach. His guys have had a tough time coming by wins this year. Losers of 5 of their last 7. And on the home sideline, here is their head coach. His guys taking these final chances to do what they can to prep for the playoffs. They're going to be our top seed in the NFC. So happy you could join us today. I'm Kate Scott with Brock Heward. It is time for some football. And we're off and running from Tokyo. To return, here's Raheem Mostert. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite and the game's most important position. And it really is a spectacle game. Anytime he leads an offense out, well, you know he's capable of plays other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
We've got first down here from the 36. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. He finds him 6 yards on that first down run. Look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. First run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Running with Walker again. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. We've set it down from the 37. It's a design boot. It's incomplete to Kenneth Walker. He's going to work this down to the 32. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
At the 32-yard line.
Let's go! 70, ready?
They're going play action. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Well, even a drop would have been better than that, frankly. Couldn't find a way back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
Deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. They're in the long for him here. Looking out, the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 4th and long. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And we continue to await our opening score in this ballgame.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. This did not work out this time around.
Ready? First carry of the game now for the rookie out of Arizona. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
60 red. 6, 10.
They go play action on first down. It's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
That's a really good job by the defense right there. Doing something I hear all the time in coaches' meetings. You want to keep that quarterback in the box. I want to put a fence around him. Don't want to let him get out and make a big play breaking the ball.
Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they get to.
Gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover. He got First down here from the 36. Carrying it out to start this drive. This is another quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44. After a good pickup, they're set up for second and short. The screen pass falls incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game.
We'll go with a design keeper. They'll have the first down and even more. 16 yards on that play. And that's going to bring up first down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Motioning one of the tight ends. Walker on first down. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be second down.
You know, Kate, over the years I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Looking right, and he finds it. And they make the stop. I'm going to say about the 37-yard line. Third and long. I'm going to throw. He's across the 20, still going. And they finally get to him at the 15. Line and set. Here we go, first down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll give it to him inside. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it. Because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock him backwards.
And he's tackled for a short gain. Third down, and they need to get 10.
Here we go. Ready. Dixie Bison.
Air it out on third. Into traffic, complete. And he needed a little more room to reach that line. The stop is made in time. That brings up fourth down. Myers' kick is good. And that will get them on the board.
So he makes up for his earlier miss in the game. He knocks that one right through. And it's important for him to move past that early miss case because you never know if he's going to be needed for a big moment when you get to the fourth.
This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. The home teams and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And it's been impossible to contain this guy as both a passer and a runner all season. Rookie-year look, he's the leader among quarterbacks in rushing yards. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. This is going to be down to about the opposing 36 for their next snap. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that is good for a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost. He busts those tackles.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. 4 yards on that first down run. Here's second and 6. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go. Back.
They'll throw, third and long. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to Jarrett Williams, incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of the football, and they got the first down right in their midst. That forced that contact separated man from ball.
And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down. Hold here on first. Complete. It's Atwell. This drive quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Here's Michael here. this one away. And this is the first time he's been called on today. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. Oh my goodness, I have never seen this before. Doesn't let it bounce into the end zone. It is fair caught at the 1. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Looking from his end zone. Next on the crosser. The stop will be made as he gets this up to about the 18. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Just a field goal separates these two. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Buying some time left. Makes the grab in bounds offside. He's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Here's the long back on the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Pass play now. Short pass brought in. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. All set now. 1st and 10. Play straight ahead. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can eat up space when the lanes are open. There's a little punishment to stretch plays when the ex-tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Set it downs for him. 31. Marking on 1st down. Finds his man Gray. And he's able to take this one down to 25. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Ready. Throwing from the gun. Falls to the ground out west, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Now from the gun. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it.
Here we go. Good. 32.
They'll throw for it. That'll be the first and more. And he is in. Touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere. You start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. You sure did.
They'll set up here for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And his guys take a 4-point lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Fields So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Now an inside give to Walker. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Across their own 20 on the interception return.
Hey, you know as a quarterback, every decision you make has some good, some bad. That one right there, throwing into double coverage, making that decision to force the issue into double coverage in the end zone, that's a consequence that he's
Gonna get this one in 36-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. Setting up to throw. Taken in by Chase, left side. I won't find much there as it reaches the 41. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
Let's go.
Work against the blitz. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for the 1st down yardage. In the air here. Couldn't find a completion on 1st down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down. Ready? Throwing it again here. Completes this one to Gray. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. From the gun here. On target to his back. Here's Christian McCaffrey. And not much doing. He's stopped quickly. Not much scoring at this point, as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Tokyo in just a moment. With 2nd and 6 coming up. Still sticking with the passing game. Short throw is dropped. This wasn't complete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it's 3rd down. To the air, on third and long. On the right side and reeled in by Chase. He's able to get this to the 32 before going down. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. There we go, it's McCaffrey. And that short gain is enough for him to set it down. Ready? He'll turn up on 1st and 10. They're throwing it. Fits it through the middle. Making this down the 12-yard line before being stopped. On the line for another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. The incomplete pass. Here comes 2nd and 10. To throw. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. These guys blow their lead just before halftime. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys drive their lead to 11. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. He's throwing again. Gets him on the in route. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Throwing on seconds. Dumped off to his running back. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. Throw here, third down. Complete to the right side. Defense contains him. That's going to force fourth down as he's dropped for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your cover. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. It's incredibly quick read by the defense.
That's grabbed at the 10. Now return's going to leave him enough time to squeeze in 2 plays here if they want to put him out. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call it give right up the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. All right, with 6 seconds left, we've got a timeout.
That's good for a Tokyo first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
What a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. He's ready to throw. Off his back foot, he's going to throw this one deep. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send him back to the line for second. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime.
Ready.
Looking to throw. He's loaded another one up. Into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Julian Love. So a 2-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hansen. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Offense it on. Here we go.
Ready.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. He creates space to take that shot downfield.
He's going to throw it. It's the sack. He's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first. Run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Yellow, 22. Hut.
He's dropping back to throw. Completes this one to Chase. And this one does not go far. 6 yards to go here. It's 3rd down.
Check flag.
Air it out on 3rd. He has the first down. the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback. But exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who senses the need for a splash play and delivers.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Stays upright. And he'll pick up enough to move the chain.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
33, yellow. Ready?
They'll run here on first down. He'll gain about 7 on this one as he gets him down into the red zone. But after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. They're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. Another carry for him. Nothing doing on second. They get to him behind the line. Now it's going to be 3rd and longer. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X and the nose of it, and even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
Complete beyond the marker. He is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with 1st and goal. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game, even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down. None of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
Still set up at the 9. It's 2nd and goal.
Come on, strike.
Gets it again. That's 7 on the play. Now they've got 3rd and goal at the 3.
That's twice now. The runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you just set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Hauled in for the touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. Slay Brown, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock, paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Mostert on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Short pass brought in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Running back sets in motion. Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Hits him on the out route. He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Into the line. This is 1st and 10. Short pass caught by his tight end. They'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Get the running back in motion. Connection made to Raheem Mostert. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield on their own side.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays on the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Long and throw. Set the screen. Here's Moore. They get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down.
I'll tell you, that is a complete moment. See a completed 3rd down pass. That actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
On now comes their punter. Michael Dixon will kick it away. And that kick will get out of bounds without a return. Looks to be a little shy of reaching the 20. The home teams are being let back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense.
Let's go.
They'll throw to begin this drive. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Dumps it off to his running back. Escapes the defender. This is brought to a stop at the 34-yard line there. They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Ball back in the backfield, and they give it to him. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strip. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Jake, he just doesn't tire, getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Set what?
They give it to him again. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Thankfully, only one quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game's pretty close to over. After that little 8-yard scoop, here comes 2nd and 2.
Ready?
Throwing now off the play action. Vacates quickly left side. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Ready?
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's going to be 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and incomplete.
And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on down. 1st down now, ball at the 33. The offense headed back to the field. And they take the field feeling pretty beaten down with how this one's gone. Even if they're keeping their heads high, not a whole lot they've been able to do so far.
In these moments, I think of golfers, right in a tournament, they don't want to look at the scoreboard. They don't want to see how much they're down. They just want to take it shot by shot by shot. And that's exactly what this offense has got to do.
And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Just shy of midfield. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
To the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Set. Hot 70. Hot.
They'll go play action. This is Metcalf looking out right side. And he's going to be drugged down. It looks like at that 37-yard line. So a new 2nd downs. Here we go. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a design run. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Oh, not fine. Oh, not fine.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 34-yard line.
And throw this from the gun. Left side, caught by Metcalf. And he's tackled for the 1st down yardage.
It's a gain of 8. That's another.
19, Tiger, 19.
getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Gain of 14. Result is a first down.
In the red zone now. This one's caught. And he's brought down after a short gain. 2nd down now. They need 7.
Cardinal. Ready, go!
Throwing it again here. Makes the catch. He's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. It's going to be play number 9 of this drive, and we could see a 10th if they can get a yard here on 3rd down. Walker trying to run for the first. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
It's a gain of
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
Ready.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense holds him at the 2. Brock, he can't get beyond the line. Still a couple yards short of that end zone. It's 2nd and goal.
Second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Might get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Crisis averted, partner, but their reward here is a tough 3rd down. They'll work against the blitz. They bring pressure, and they're going to get to it. And the defense is down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
We've learned how valuable sacks and pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball. And they finally pick up a much-needed
Trouble now, and the ball is out. Recovered by the defense. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, that's a stop they're going to use as teaching tape for an entire season, heck, the offseason. That pressed against their own end zone, making an impact play. No one expected to force a fumble. This effort directly kept points off the scoreboard. It's that type of effort the coaches want to see from everyone on the field.
Their offense ready to take the field now. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending and the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He scraped together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
Ready.
Dropping back to throw. That's caught for the first. Here he goes again. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. These guys keep running away with this. Ooh, baby, Brock. This one has gotten well out of me.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. There'll be a lot of questions to be answered. I guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Now after the timeout to talk things over, here they go, trying for 2. They're going to throw for it. And that one's gone. Shot a couple more on to this massive, some might say insurmountable lead here in the 4.
36. Visitors 3.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Rooster on the return. Decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Now this offense getting set to work here. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they've played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, this drive isn't pertinent to this game, maybe anymore, Kate. This drive is for next week. They just want something positive here to end the game, carry forward into the practices ahead.
Walker loses the football. And it looks like the offense recovered. They did. Close stuff there. After a fortuitous recovery, this will be 2nd down.
always say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
Another drive coming up for this offense. And they should just be able to kneel out what time remains. There's 3 timeouts defensively still available, but using them is not going to alter this outcome. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Catch made. He has the touchdown. These guys continue adding to an insurmountable lead. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on the catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there.
Yeah.
Because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys continue piling onto this lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
The cool thing about a drive starting a run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that one. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
This is across midfield and it'll stop him at that 45-yard line. And the line for another 1st and 10. And off to Walker from the gun. Gets him inside the 40. That's a gain of about 9 yards on the play.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. If you get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
10 yards on the big
Second and very short. Looking to pass. Going deep here for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred loose. Incomplete. Right shift to the run here. 3rd and inches. Looking out from the gun. He's got his man. This is Walker. He's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
70.
Here's a throw. Connecting with Metcalf again. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Inside the red zone. Caught near the goal line. Big shot keeps him out of the end zone, but they're just a yard away now as that play brings them to 1st and goal. Sticking to the air here. And that'll chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. These guys making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Now this one has been a long game, no doubt, but hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Myers gets the point after the go. And his guys cut into the lead by another point.
43. Visitors.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. He'll bring it out one more snap to play here.
Ready?
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Put some heat on this. In the double coverage. Ooh, you don't want to do that. And he's there for the interception. Picked off by Julian Love. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb, going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. This offense certainly was today.
But that'll do it for this one. With Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. A nice showing here from our winners. As with that, we'll say sayonara from Tokyo.
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow when I swap my words. Breathing in the chemicals. Smoking in, shaping up, and checking out on the prison bus. This is it, the apocalypse. Whoa, I'm running.